Suzanne Ridgway from Let Us Eat, and welcome to my channel. I never got to baking yesterday, so this morning I'm going to make my Bisquick drop biscuits. I had gone to Walmart and I picked up a new baking sheet and baking set for myself because I did a lot of decluttering in my kitchen, and I rewarded myself with curtains, which I'll be hanging up later tonight, and I'll show on Facebook what they look like in my Your Stories. Also, I got myself new casserole dishes because I discarded all my old ones. And I'm feeling really good about how the kitchen looks and how organized it is. And I did a tour of my kitchen and of all the little upgrades I did from the Dollar Tree. And you can look on my video in the description box below. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to use my stand mixer this morning. And the Bisquick is very easy to do and very few ingredients. Coffee because adulting is hard. So true. So you can see the stand mixer. I'm going to add my Bisquick. I'm going to use my scoop and eyeball about 2.5 cups. You don't need to use a stand mixer, but I find they come out a lot more fluffy and cook thoroughly with the stand mixer. I think one more scoop should do it. Now my husband likes the garlic drop biscuits that I make, so I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of the garlic. I'm going to quickly mix the dry ingredients. I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of water slowly. Continue to add the water until the dough breaks from the wall and it becomes a dough form. Bisquick if you think it's too wet. That looks good. I'm going to use my new spatula. I'm going to lightly spray my new cookie sheet. And I'm going to use my big spoon here. And I You just saw what the dough looked like. It's all nice and fluffy. And I'm going to scoop out and fill the dough all the way across the cookie sheet. I'm going to make some nice fluffy biscuits this morning. My grandmother always made Bisquick biscuits. Make them like a grand size. It's very cold in New York this morning, near 0 with the wind. Some nice hot biscuits to go with breakfast this morning. Fresh. There are so many things that you can make with Bisquick. Pancakes, waffles, biscuits. You can make pizza, all kinds of casseroles, chicken and dumplings. You can make Bisquick cookies. I've done chocolate chip. Kid approved. I'm just going to move these over towards the wall a little more, just to get all the dough onto the baking sheet the first time, so I don't have an extra batch to make. Like the chocolate chip cookies that bleed together, if you make them too big, you got to roll the balls small, I've learned. And be careful on the liquids and how much you put in. So I've gotten pretty good at baking the chocolate chip cookies. I just wish my homemade ones would come out better too. I'm measuring everything accurately. And I normally don't measure, but like with the biscuits here, but with cookies, it's a little more tricky for me. So I make sure I measure. When you become more adept, you can eyeball things, like I did here with the biscuits. Just kind of take some off of that one because it's kind of big. These are cloud-like, they're so fluffy. Paper towel use. Got my cute little tea towel from the Dollar Tree. And this is what the biscuits look like. Now I'm going to pop this into a preheated 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to check them and add on if necessary. I'm going to leave them in for about 3 more minutes until they're a little more golden brown. And then I'll test them with a toothpick. I'm going to take the biscuits out of the oven. I got my toothpick jar here and put one right there on my hot plate. Oh yeah, these came out beautifully. Just gonna move and they're done all the way through. I moved over the cooling rack. I'm going to take the biscuits and place them onto the cooling rack. But the drier ones, be careful, they are hot. I'm going to take out so they don't burn. I'm going to let these cool. It made 2, 4, 6, 8 big fluffy grand garlic drop biscuits. And that was about 2 cups of Bisquick. Then I added in about a tablespoon and a half when it was a little too wet, just so it wasn't so sticky, scooping it out. Bisquick cooking is a lot of fun and it's very easy to do. I've been teaching my children how to use the Bisquick in their household when they're older and out on their own. And my husband really likes the garlic drop biscuits, and it's a nice treat for a bitter cold morning here in upstate New York. And now I'm going to leave the oven preheating because he's going to put some bacon in. And if you like my video, please give it a big thumbs up and I'll cook more with Bisquick. Also, look for that red subscribe word and please click on it and it will turn to gray. It will help me out tremendously. And I really appreciate all the views. And thank you and have a nice day.